What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Game Time Discussions. I'm Emery Cuzzy. I'm here with Cameron Selby, and we're going to be doing another Best Ball Mania event, I guess is how we should put it at this point. Every week we do this on Thursday, so if you haven't seen us do this yet, come hang out with us every Thursday. But yeah, let's talk about some Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. We're starting our streak first try 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We got a streak going.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. Still kind of waiting on news, but we are in the month of July officially.
Darren Waller trade.
Darren Waller was included in the
swap of 6th and 7th rounders.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Do you have a winner of that trade? Like Miami versus Pittsburgh? It just kind of feels like a meh for both.
Oh, New York, you mean? Sorry, I was saying the Darren Waller trade. Yeah, no, the other trade. The other trade.
The first one.
Yes.
Fantasy relevant one.
Yes, the one that matters.
Yeah.
So Jonnu and I think that Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu is the better pairing. Like, if I think like who has more talent, like Minka has had a couple of bad years recently, and I know a lot of people are going to fight back on that. Like, he's still legit, but Jalen Ramsey has also been really good. And if you're going to say like you're going to get the best secondary in football, you add Jalen Ramsey to it. Dropping Minka, I still think you improved in that way. And then Arthur Smith loves Jonnu, so that's kind of where I'm at with that guy.
And the weird thing is, like, a lot of the narrative is Jonnu back with Arthur Smith, and it's just gonna be just fantasy relevance for Jonnu, and he's never had a 500-yard season with Arthur Smith.
Yeah.
So it's not like
it's not.
This is a huge deal to be a thing. He was more of the killer for the Kyle Pittses of the world than he was more so than being a truly fantasy relevant tight end.
Well, I also think that if you're talking about Jonnu, like as a fantasy relevant player, he was better in Miami, like than he is in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And that's not going to change. Obviously, he's dropping down boards, and we know that. But it's like who won as a football team? It's probably Pittsburgh. Who won in the trade? Nobody. No fantasy relevant team won, if that makes nobody. Jalen Waddle, maybe. I don't know. Like, that's my biggest take on it, but that's where I'm at with it.
The odds for both teams didn't move. We just kind of have a feeling that Miami is still taking a step back, and they're 1 Tua injury away from being vying for the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Whereas Pittsburgh, they're good enough to just kind of waltz into 8-9 wins, but are you going to consider them a contender ever, even if they do start out hot, because they did last year? I don't see that in any way. They're just going to be a thorn in people's side and just be a playoff caliber team.
Right.
It's not much more.
Dustin said rappers to the Fins. And then the memes did win the trades. You are correct, Dustin. I agree with you. Will the concussion balls Tua throws ruin Waller's rap career? It's not. I think that's backwards. It would be. Because honestly, Tua is the only one that's getting concussed. It's going to be whoever comes in for Tua that is going to be ruining everybody's career.
Well,
basically, everybody's
Zach
season.
Wilson and how
Quinn Ewers.
Well, I would see it. I would think that they would give Zach Wilson the first.
Right. But I mean, like Quinn Ewers would probably is the next guy up, and and I've heard good things out of camp, which we hear good things about all rookie quarterbacks. So.
Right.
Let's share them, and
then,
let's be going.
Also, just quick tidbit on Darren Waller. That's kind of one of the things with him coming out of retirement. Like Dusty said, retiring to be a rapper, coming back out of retirement. But he is older, and we saw regression before he even retired.
There's a reason he retired.
Yeah, and he was very one of our. He was like a six rounder, got all the way to like a 4 or 5 turn. He was at the very end of the 2023 basketball season. And we just were off him completely. He scored 1 touchdown, and he has not had more than 3 touchdowns since 2020. Only 2 seasons he's actually played a full season.
Yeah.
So it's not like I see any kind of relevant impact. And even if it is, like, man, you need to build your tight end room better if you think you need for.
Well, I texted you, and I was like, okay, so now it looks like this is a team that should get a tight end. Who's it going to be? I wasn't expecting a guy out of retirement that has a rap career going to be the guy that we were talking about. I thought it would be Cole Kmet, or something along those lines, but no.
Pat Fryermuth back.
Yeah, he could have swapped him. But guys, let's start talking about this best ball stuff. We're gonna do that $3 that we've been doing to start it off. We might do a $20 after, depending on who wants to do what. but it is going to be the $3 1.5 million play action, the 20 max. Some people I know in the group have run out of these, but we still have a couple
Yeah,
left.
we
I
got
don't
a
know how
couple
many.
more on
How many
this
you have
account.
left?
Still 5.
Still 5. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I've just kind of been keeping the $3 away and probably been drafting too many $20, but at the same time, you got to get the reps in somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. But we will go at 7:0. How long do I have between
You
before
got about
7:06?
25 seconds.
All right, we'll do 7:06 to get it going.
On the dot, 7:06.
Yeah, we got
is when we're
9
gonna kick
people in here, so I know that Dustin's in here to draft. I don't believe Steiger will be with us tonight. He was the one that picked Darren Waller in our fantasy league. I remember that. That was funny. And then hopefully there's some other guys in the draft room that want, or in the chat that want to hang out in the draft room with us.
Yeah, and if you're new, what is up? My name is Cameron Selby. This is Emery Cuzzy.
We're going. Sorry.
We're going and going.
Break. I'm messing you all up.
You're good. But yeah, we're Game Time Wins. We do this every week.
Yes.
College, NFL content, fantasy content, all that fun stuff. We like having discussions. We want to keep on raising this community. We're up to 260 subs. So if you are new, please join us with a sub, with a like, a comment, and let's just become friends, befriend each other, and let's try to collab to win $1 million.
Absolutely. If you have the chance, also if you're in the chat, come and hang out in our Discord. The Discord link is finally working perfectly. I had a friend help me out that is very techie, and so now the Discord link is working. So if you want to be in our Discord, we do talk about all these best ball drafts. If you want to send your best ball drafts that you've made in there, we will critique them and talk about what we think you could have done better or worse. We will be doing a lot of stuff when season gets here. Underdog, prize picks,
yeah, it looks
DraftKings, all the
looks
things.
Like we were the odd people out with the 7:06 mark because Dusty was put in a different draft. Sometimes Dusty, even if it is a couple of seconds delay, if there's like a tiebreaker, they're going to push whoever clicked on it last.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that 3 seconds truly put us in separate lobbies.
Yeah, we were a tad bit too late, unfortunately. It's my fault, Dustin. I'm
keep
sorry.
Us posted with what you're doing. Obviously, we know you're targeting Greg Dortch in the first round.
He said I'm not drafting right before that too, so I don't know what's telling.
Well, yeah,
that I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff going on, of course, around the league. We've been putting out new content. Cam did the worst of first this last week, which I thought was a great video. I think that San Francisco, like you said, is the favorite to go from worst to first. You're coming out.
I was pretty surprised that they were the true favorite in the NFC West, more so
over the Rams.
Not just being the highest odds to win their own respective division, but being a better. I just think that's a much worse bet. Than, they were the one team that gave Philly a run who blew out everybody else.
Yeah.
So I don't think that San Fran, who lost so many pieces, are just a couple of guys come back from injury and they're just right back to 12 wins.
We've talked about it for the last couple of years since we actually started this. Is like San Fran is going to hit a wall pretty soon. We saw it on their D line. They had to draft 3 D linemen that might all start for them. Their linebacker core is kind of falling a little bit apart. A couple guys gone. Their starting safety. Why am I blanking? Why am I blanking on his name? The Hawaiian guy. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. He is gone to the Broncos. Their cornerback and Tre'Davious Ward's gone. He's going to the Colts. So they're kind of falling apart. And we kind of talked about this a couple of years ago that they were going to have to pay everybody and they couldn't. So
they
they're going to have to find some money.
Easiest schedule by a mile. And that's why they're going to just be in the playoff.
Yeah, absolutely. If y'all want to join, I think we still have some slots in this $3. So hurry up and get in here. If anybody is in here, there's still 5 spots. So if anybody's already in here, tell us in the chat and we'll go through it with y'all. Dustin's taking Waller in the 3rd round. Take his backup too. That's all I'm saying. Because he's probably not going to play. But so the question is too, and I was talking to you about this before we started this, but I'm not getting any Miami anyways. I know that we were saying that Tyreek Hill has moved up a little bit. Jalen Waddle has moved up a little bit. I'm not getting to Tua. I haven't gotten to any Tua this whole time. So it's really hard for me to even think about Darren Waller in general.
Yeah, it was fun getting Tyreek when he was at the 3-4 turn and, he had that Q tag on everything. And you still have the unknown of will he truly still be a Dolphin when the season starts? I don't think it's 100% certain he's kind of risen up a little bit. I think that's kind of correlated with some people moving down, but also obviously he's, healthy and ready to go.
That baby Dustin.
Yeah, Waddle, tough tough to get to, especially now that he's above Travis Etienne now.
Yeah, Travis Hunter.
Oh yeah,
Same
Travis
team.
Hunter.
Same
Yeah,
team.
Same team. We're getting both.
Yeah,
It's okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, Travis for Jacksonville, and I think he's a good value, but it has to do with other people going down more so than, if everybody stays healthy as is. I don't know.
Yeah, they're dropping a
6.
lot of rookies. So we've watched a lot of rookies fall. We have not gotten this spot in the draft, so that's cool.
That's a unique one.
Do we know anybody? Because we know Dustin's not here with us. If you're in the chat and you're drafting with us, let us know.
The Evil Empire.
I know, I see that.
Ray Dallas.
Ray Dallas.
I'm stupid.
LK. Ray Dallas.
Yeah.
Huck.
Yeah.
We're gonna get wait. Let's see. We got to get him at 78. We're gonna take Hawkinson. That's what we'll do. We'll make sure that guy
fell
can.
to me at 94 earlier today. So,
Nice.
I mean,
yeah.
I think tight ends in general, other than the big three, are kind of going down a little bit in draft interest. We've seen Kelsey dip a little bit, Hawkinson, and then I think it's just such a dead zone of tight ends after Kittle that just no one really knows where to place a Kelsey and a Hawkinson. And we still view Hawkinson as the better option. Plus, he's a better value right now.
Right.
But it's not like anybody else is feeling some type of way to where he's pushing to get him because they're separated by about 7-8 spots still.
Yeah. Dustin said he took Genty and then he took Achan. I want to look at Achan's stuff without those weeks without Tua and kind of just the weeks with and without Tua, because I know there were some really, really ugly games. And I just wonder if we're going to see a similar thing to that.
Week 5 was the concussion, so that's kind of a moot one. But the other two were healthy games, and they just were bad and blowouts and stuff like that. But he's also dealt with some injuries in both seasons.
He's a little dude. He's not not a big running back, only 53 yards, but he is a PPR guy, so it makes sense that he has so many points. But he just, I don't know that I can take him at pick 15 and be very comfortable, because right now he's at ADP 15.
Well, a lot of his stuff is not the 100-yard bonuses. It's more so just, hey, you get, wide receiver-esque targets. Like there was a point last season when we're like, he's their wide receiver 1, and he's a running back, and he's also getting the 10 to 12 carries. So, I personally think, I know Dusty's been taking him a lot. I think it's a little too much. I don't want a ton of exposure to him as a early second round pick right now.
Right.
Because there's a lot of fun value everywhere.
That's fair. I got
I'm starting to the second round. At the very start, I was hating it. Now it's starting to grow on me a little bit. I kind of know my spots and it's kind of going where I want to, and that kind of factored in with a lot of people actually, pushing people up that we didn't even have interest in to begin with.
Okay, so we could get our first share of Jahmyr Gibbs, or we could get Christian McCaffrey, who we have ranked higher.
Yes.
Or Puka. I haven't gotten much Puka.
Let's start with some Puka.
Okay, because I haven't really gotten to Puka, because he's kind of in that range where we don't get.
We never
range. Yeah, where we draft. So I'm happy to get Puka.
Yeah. The only times I truly get him, it's more so when I'm the 9th or the 10th and he falls, more so than, because it's like if I'm anywhere in the top 5, I'm getting a Bijan, a Barkley, a Jefferson, a Chase, or a CD.
Right.
And then we haven't been 6. I don't think done like 50 drafts, and I don't remember being 6 once. And then 7 or 8, we've typically done the CMC or the GNT.
Yeah. Dustin said 100% exposure isn't enough on him. Okay. Talking about, but I get it. I mean, it's his team. I think
you better stack Ollie Gordon with him. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
I don't really know what Jalen Wright is.
He's
if Achan goes
he's
down.
Achan 2.0. Like they're the same type of player, so it makes it hard.
Do they just immediately inherit him all?
Oh, Achan early. Whoa. They're listening.
No, but I mean, truly, if and when Achan goes down, what percentage of touches goes immediately to Jalen? Because I truly think that Ollie would get the important goal line.
Yeah, he will get the goal line.
He obviously wouldn't get the passing down stuff.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, but I would say it's probably a 50-50 split until one of them is better than the other, basically.
Right.
Derrick Henry going to 15. I think that's actually a couple spots late for him. So because Achan went and Drake London is now going where he's supposed to go.
He's been kind of fluctuating a little bit. Like we've seen late first, but also a couple of times he's fallen to 19, 20.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just kind of depends on if people are going double running back or 1-1 or splitting them up.
Okay. Well, I think that was Rashee Rice going.
Yeah.
Which we have a conversation we can
And
have about that in a second. Jonathan Taylor, Brock Bowers.
yeah, that's between the two. I don't have a preference, but I just love getting to Brock.
Yeah, that's fine. I love Brock. You know me.
Mhm.
I mean, he's a Raider,
I know.
and he shouldn't have. We didn't need him, but we took him, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and hopefully, I mean, usually the middle we can just start out. We don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to go 0 RB, but what's up?
I was going to say, do you think that so we haven't talked about Terry McLaurin yet, and he's going to be one of those middle of the third round receivers, but Terry McLaurin has had, and I actually did know this, Cam texted me and was like, hey, what do you think of the Terry McLaurin news? And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But basically Terry McLaurin is in trade talks and possible because he wants an extension.
Contract year.
And he's 30, right? 30? Yeah. So we don't know if he will be a Washington Commander, but I think that will fluctuate a little bit on his price. And I don't think I'm mad wherever he goes. The team that is being really talked about is New England currently. So if he does go to New England, I feel better about him. I mean, I feel the same about him. I feel better about Drake May, who we've gotten a ton of. There's a lot of, I actually think it's a really good spot. And
based on where Stephon Diggs is going,
right.
Like we would put him lower in our rankings, but he's going at such a value based on what his current role is that I don't think that news is going to increase his ADP. So we're just going to be fine still taking him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if it falls even more.
Okay. This is going to be an interesting one right here. He's falling to 30. He's at 32 already. 33 for JSN. Let's see. Oh, wow. Kyron. You have 10 spots? Jeez, Kyron.
Yeah,
okay. Marv went. That's what I was hoping for. Elite quarterback, Terry McLaurin. JSN, I guess.
I still view Terry as higher.
Yeah, I do
than
too.
JSN, but by slightly.
10 seconds.
I'd say one of the receivers.
Okay, Terry. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm more comfortable with. I was going to say I'm more comfortable with Jaden Daniels and possibly Drake May than I am with Sam Darnold, if that makes sense. Like overall, he goes right after. Man, both quarterbacks are on the board still.
The five-some that went in the third round, Garrett Wilson, Tyreek Hill, Marvin, Terry, and JSN, it's such a slim, razor-thin margin between all of them. They're all basically separated from a prop perspective by like 25 to 50 yards.
Yeah.
And then it, like touchdown-wise, like I think Tyreek has the highest at 7.0, but then a couple have 6.5. And Garrett Wilson, who was drafted first of those bunches, has the least amount of receiving yards in terms of prop and has the least amount of touchdowns. So if you're doing a projection based on what Vegas thinks, he's actually the lowest of the five. I don't know if I view him at the lowest, but that kind of gives you kind of a little bit of cause to just maybe he's not the best of that range.
That's fine. I have a separate question.
3 straight quarterbacks off the board.
And I will say, of course, DK's gone, Tyler Lockett's gone, but you did bring Cooper Kupp in. Who do you trust more between Geno Smith and Sam Darnold? When you just talk about quarterback play, and I agree. So that was kind of my question. Was more so like if you.
I think it's mainly because even in bad game scripts of not just like being down but getting blown out, we've still seen Geno salvage to put up numbers. Yeah. Whereas Sam Darnold, if it's not a positive game script or like hey, they're within a touchdown, we've seen a lot of games go really south in the past. But at the same time, it was with the Jets and the Panthers, who at the same time, each of them had the worst or one of the worst receiving cores.
Mm-hmm.
So you just don't know. I mean, I would still classify Seattle as a very below average receiving core. I mean, it's JSN and really nothing else.
No, I agree with you. It was more so, it's JSN and the corpse of Cooper Kupp, and we have to figure out what Cooper Kupp really is. Okay. Fair. Yeah. And tight end is no Fant, right? So.
They also drafted what's his name too.
Glad we didn't go quarterback on the last one.
So do we continue to fade running back? And I would say it's either Worthy.
I would say Hampton.
Hampton
is my favorite of the
He's
group.
kind of fallen a little bit.
Yeah.
Like basically every rookie has kind of dropped a little bit in ADP,
which is great for some of them that we want. Like, oh my God, Travis
I know.
Hunter, you are falling in
57.
love with that.
Yeah,
Well-
I did a draft right before this show, and he was at 56, so he fell one more spot in the last 15 minutes.
Omari Hampton though
Okay.
was like 38. I want to say at one point.
Yeah,
so
he was at the 3-4 turn. Now he's fallen to the 4-5. We got him in the middle. He's one that I really, really like, but I think his role this year, I think, is hey, you don't have to draft him in redraft, but trade for his ass a month into the season.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what that first month is going to look like. It might be some growing pains. It might be just a 10 to 15 touches, a frustrating kind of role. But I think the second half of the season, it's really, really going to start kicking in, and he's going to get the RB1-esque touches.
Yeah, I think you're completely on. I'm completely on board with that. That will be what happens. I think he's going to be a 60 to 70% guy come week 10, 9,
Yeah, like
10.
if this was a redraft league and we were doing, a snake draft in redraft, I think I would not take him at this ADP, and I would only take him if he was 5-6 turner later.
Yeah.
I would assume based on his role. But again, a lot of people are just like, man, he's getting me 10, 11 points. Don't like him. That's when you sweep up and offer some trade, try to buy low. That's, to me, the perfect strategy for rookie running backs that don't have a purely defined role out the gate.
Yeah, early.
Hey, really, the only truly defined roles, in my opinion, are obviously Ashton Jeanty, but Quinshon Judkins. I don't even know if Travion Henderson, who I still have ranked higher.
No,
slightly.
Yeah.
I still don't know his defined role, because if you look at Ramondre's rushing prop, he actually has a higher rushing yard prop than Travion, and he's going 5 rounds later.
And I think we've talked about this a little bit. I actually think I have Quinshon above Travion, but like you said, it's razor thin margins, so it doesn't really matter that much.
It's the safety of, hey, I know I'm going to have a 20 to 25 floor of a running back, and how fast is Henderson's like PPR-esque touches going to
really get going?
Look
Yeah,
at
for sure.
where they fell all the way to 52.
Yep,
almost.
Jalen Waddle went at 50. That's why. I'm seeing him get pushed up. Let's see.
Sutton's still there, and Devontae's still there.
That guy who has a defined role.
We still only have
now. That's fun.
I'd still think, I guess the trio of receivers of Sutton, Devontae, and Travis Hunter are my preferences.
Which quarterback?
I haven't gotten much Bo Nix this year.
Okay.
Obviously, Hurts is already gone. Lamar's already gone. So,
yeah, could have got Trev.
Yeah. Like we said, we like the Denver pass game, but we just don't know who to target outside of Cortland, which we haven't been able to get many opportunities with.
Yeah, not Evan Ingram. Current ADP.
Not
his current ADP is tough.
After that, it's like Marvin Mims, 27% snap share, but he's going in the 11th round. Or you got people are hyping up that is going like the 15th round. Or you got Vele, who had some solid promise that's going 19th, 18th. And then Franklin, we've talked about, who's had a good offseason, has gotten some praise, and he's still basically undrafted.
Yeah. It looks like, let's check out the quarterbacks. I know that you got Hurts and AJ Brown stack. You got a Burrow Chase stack. Jackson, Flowers.
He's got Josh Allen and Cook. I bet I bet you he would target Shakir on this next turn.
Probably.
Since he's only gotten 2 receivers.
And then Jaden's unstacked because we took Terry, but there's just no one to stack him with for a long time.
Yeah.
So
maybe Zach or the next ADP wise, it's Brian Robinson, who's also apparently having a really good camp.
Austin Eckler. 4 running backs. Sure. My goodness. Here we go. We're gonna do some crazy. We're gonna do some crazy.
Too much, man. I don't find the need if you need to go double running back or 2 running backs in the first 4 rounds, that's fine. I would definitely wait and not just keep on plugging them in, because you still have a bunch of receivers in this range, and then there's a dead zone after in the 85 to 105 range that, unless you're really stacking with pieces of your quarterback play, it's kind of uncomfortable.
I think you could do it if you're like here and you did it 1 through 4. Like you do the full robust RB thing, but then you're just kind of screwed on receivers. And you're probably pushing all the running backs up.
Ray Dalla is looking for a Carolina stack
Where
in the
am I
third
looking?
pick.
Oh, okay, I'm on the wrong
Man,
side.
DeAndre won it. I bet you that would have been our target.
I think there's.
Rome back to back.
Ooh, we don't have a tight end? Yes, we
No, we
do.
do. We have the tight
Forgot
end.
about that guy.
We have the tight end. That's a tough. This is tough range.
How is Quinn John at 75? Okay.
Did we go Worthy? I don't remember.
We did not.
No. Okay. Olave, the wide receiver 4. I'd star him at least.
Yeah, it's kind of ugly. Jacoby is above him to me.
I mean, that's fair. I think it's floor versus ceiling.
Yeah, we're out of time. But yeah, I mean, either way was fine. I have Jacoby a little bit above, but
no, we not even a little bit, a lot above. We have
yeah,
we
I mean
had him just
overall,
outside
yeah,
the top 25, whereas Olave was like in the 30s, like late 30s.
Well, the problem with Olave is that offense is going to be really ugly. Like that is a ugly offense, and I don't think we can stack.
Well, if it makes sense, I'm not touching Olave in redraft.
No, yeah, for sure.
But Jacoby is at least a startable flex option in a redraft because I think there's a safe floor built in with the 6 to 8 targets every week. But with and sometimes even more, we saw
wide receiver 1/2.
Mm-hmm. And then Olave, I think, is the 100-yard bonus games, and I mean he had multiple concussions, and of course he can get a concussion on any play. Basically, the times that we pick him is when he gets concussed a lot, and but at the same time, who knows if he can just kind of. It's not like they added anybody that.
Right.
He's also the same exact role with not the elite, 28 touch running back. Like Kamara's a PPR back, but not.
And they're gonna be throwing the ball a lot,
exactly,
including to Kamara. Jeremy, what's up, man? Good job, Dustin, getting a double stack. He got Laporta and Jameson Williams. I got Jameson Williams a little too early for both of our likings. I mean, I'm a little bit higher on him, but he got him in the 4th round. So, rookie running backs that I was hoping to drop to us. That sucks. When does Bo Nix need to come off the board? That's a real question. 91.
Yeah, I think he's like mid to late 90s.
Okay.
So it's either we cross our fingers for the.
Yeah, I would say it's probably okay. I was really hoping one of these running backs was going to fall. Kelsey's still on the board. Jacoby's still on the board. We could go Jacoby now.
If we go Jacoby now, we wouldn't have to touch receiver for like 8 rounds.
I don't know who else to go. That's the thing.
I think we'd have to reach running back because we only have one.
And I don't want.
Well, I don't want Jones. I don't mind Pacheco. And then it would be Brian Robinson or Tony Pollard after that. So
it's okay. Let's just go with Jacoby and be happy.
Would Jacoby be in our wide receiver 5?
Oh, we can double stack. We can get a Raider.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, we're doing that a lot, aren't we?
A little bit. Bo Nix and Gino. We're gonna have a rivalry, Raider versus Bronco rivalry. I love it.
Mahomes has fallen to the 7th round. Interesting. Was that the no? That was not the Rashid team.
Look at you go with 3 rookie running backs, Dustin. I love it. Got Genty, Travion Henderson. That was Thunder. Is that Thunder?
That was the washing machine.
Holy hell! Yeah, he's got Genty, Henderson, and Judkins. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
That's
this
the way.
The year to draft rookie running backs, dude.
I mean, look at them all. Like they're all right here, and then there's more. We got one here, and Amarian and Genty. It's like so many good ones.
I know. I actually don't know. And it has been too early, and ADPs are just starting to kind of become for redraft for rankings purposes. I don't really know what strategy I would even attack because I also don't know how these are fluctuating. But obviously, my rookie love and praise is very, very different because there are only truly defined roles for a couple out the gate. I'd say Caleb Johnson, kind of.
Yeah.
Quinshon Judkins, pretty much.
Genty.
And then Genty, obviously, is going to just bell cow.
I think there's roles for everybody else, of course, but like we're going to talk about guys like RJ Harvey and Travion Henderson. Well, they're 1B roles. Like they're, probably not going to start. They're going to be the pass catchers and things like that, where they're going to get they're not going to get the like goal line or important touches, but they might do the James Cook thing that happened last year with 15 touches because they are very efficient on them.
Yeah. We said what's up to Jeremy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Nick's here. What's up, Nick? Here. You'll get in on the next one, Nick. Don't you worry.
Next one. It's all good, man.
Jeremy, you have to do a $20, correct? Just so that I can remember.
Yeah.
Had to go eat Dan's. Yep, that's exactly what he had to do. I need to go to Dan's, man. That sounds. I have not gone, and we keep talking about it. Kelsey fallen to 87.
Yeah, I know.
Wait. Is that normal?
No.
Now I think about it. No,
Well,
okay.
his ADP is, or his rank is like mid to late 70s. But the Chiefs kind of, both him and Mahomes have kind of started to drop. I mean, Mahomes fell 4 spots. Like I said, I got him, or not, I didn't get him, but he was drafted a full round later today as a QB2. So Hawkinson, look at
No
him.
way.
Mm-hmm.
No, they took Bo.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, for no reason either. Now I'm
that's
just
fucking
mad.
okay.
Shit.
That's tough.
Okay, we need running back. Tough.
That did not work out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd star him.
That's ugly. I'm mad at you, whoever you are. What the wrong with you?
Yeah, that was pretty tough.
You're a straight hoe. Hey Jeremy, just for wait. I love your team. The only thing I would change, one thing honestly, I'm scared of HN. We talked about that, Jeremy. Dustin is a Texas A&M Aggie. And if you've watched our college football shows yet, you should go watch them. Please don't. If you haven't met Dustin yet, that's where you meet him. Go watch those shows so you can meet him. But he is a Texas A&M Aggie, and so that's why Achan is on almost all of his teams. But we are definitely have reservations with him.
And I do like, obviously Henderson and Judkins, but kind of thinking about it, starting out RB with GT and HN, I wouldn't have touched probably both, but maybe just one max with them, because your receiver 3 being Keon Coleman is really, really tough, especially when I'm not in love with Jamison Williams as a wide receiver 2.
But at least it's part of his stack, so it makes it a little bit better, right? Even if it's, you could, well, there's certain guys I don't want to stack, but even still, like that one's fine.
Going back to this draft, though, this might have to be a 9 running back draft.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. Now I don't know what to do at quarterback.
But again, we're good on receiver.
We have to figure out what to do at quarterback, though. Nope. Stafford and Geno.
Stafford, Geno. So it's a 3 quarterback build.
Yep.
We can do 2 tight ends, which is fine. And then receiver wise, honestly, we're almost good if we go 7.
Mm-hmm.
So 9, 7. Oh, no, that's one more. So 8, 7, 3, and 2.
Yeah.
It's probably a ideal thing.
I guess it's going to have to be.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Dak went a little early in this one.
So I could draft more Aggies. Well, you have actually, there's a lot of Aggies that leave Texas A&M and go somewhere else and then perform really well. And so that's one of your biggest problems is you kind of get guys kicked out. Kyler Murray. Walter Nolan. Yeah, guys you can draft, but yeah, Walter Nolan the same way. Yep, that's what I was thinking. I mean, we'll
have to figure out quarterback later.
Well, we at least have guys we could have gone Najee and got the 1 2, but at the same time, man, he's still kind of early to want to do that.
Yeah, I got my first Tank Bigsby share today, and it wasn't because I liked him. It was because I was just hitting a lot of running backs later in the draft, because I went running back at the start, and he fell all the way to 170. So
he's like 145, 150.
Underdog, I think he's like in the 140s. So that's like a 3-round difference. And I was like, okay, you're my RB6. Sure. Why not? And on top of that, like we saw multiple games of 20 plus points with him. So if he is the guy to get any kind of important touches, or one of these guys in front of him goes down, and I can't even for certain say that Bashal Tuten, which I know he's getting drafted ahead of him, there's no chance that I can be like, oh yeah, for sure, Tuten is RB2 right now.
The thing that scares me the most about Jacksonville's backfield, and we've been drafting a ton of Travis Etienne, is that they also drafted 2 running backs. It's not they just drafted 1. They also drafted LaQuinn Allen. Mm-hmm. They also, and I think LaQuinn Allen talent-wise was above Tank Bigsby. So that's what makes me nervous about their backfield, is just like there's so many guys, and I don't know what their touch share is going to be, who's actually going to be on the team, all those things.
I would assume that they would keep all 4.
All 4, yeah. But
I would assume Tuten and
Tuten definitely plays special teams.
The only one that wouldn't play special teams is Etienne, for sure. That he wouldn't be. If he was so bad that he was not one of those 3 and he wasn't given the starting role at the gate, he would probably be cut or traded.
Yeah, so, I agree. Oh, I wanted Tyler Warren to follow us.
We can go the 18th round. with tight end and be fine.
I know, but it wouldn't have been so cool to have Tyler Warren and Brock Bowers.
I guess.
It would have
Yeah.
been cool.
No, it would be.
With JK
That's
goes.
the type of strategy that killed it for us last year. But
all right, let's go see. Najee goes. I want Zach Charbonnet. Johnny, where you going, buddy? Phone.
Basically,
Tough.
I'd say let's go with Herbert because we already have Hampton, and then just pick value of a Johnston and
Trey Harris might fall to us.
Maybe.
Okay.
Or no. Oh yeah. He's down to 121 now.
Yeah.
And then
more rookies. Yeah, you can have Zach Charbonnet.
But I think Herbert. If I'm Herbert is my QB1, that's a 3 quarterback build to me.
Oh, absolutely. Completely agree.
Even though he's in the tier of the guys above him, we still rank him at the back of it. And I just don't feel comfortable with a 2 quarterback build with him because of his lack of just 300-yard bonus upside.
Jeremy, do you think that Bashaw Tootin is as good as Bucky Irving? It's as good as Bucky Irving. Like when you watched him in college, do you think that he gave you vibes that he's that good? We're gonna have to probably go. 3 quarterbacks. What tight end? Well, late tight end can be.
So that's what I wanted to bring up because I've done this a couple times and I didn't mind the teams when I did it this way. But Jatavion Sanders is a former 2nd-round pick.
Yeah.
That rookie tight ends usually, unless you're an elite prospect, it's tough.
Yeah.
And on top of that, bad quarterback play. So he's going the 18th round right now. And I'm not saying, hey, two build, but you have TJ. If you go to Brock, all the way at Brock, and 15 out of the 17 weeks, he's going to be your tight end slot, is it fine to be 2 tight end build with a Jatavion Sanders-esque or a Dalton Schultz is down there as well? I guess we can throw in Darren Waller until he rises too high because he's in that same spot.
I don't know that I want any Darren Waller. He just scares me.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying in that.
Yeah,
that range,
no, 17th, I know. Yeah, round,
I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. All right, I think
in this.
Okay, so we're gonna go here.
Javonte.
Yeah, because we need running back. We have.
No, I was 3. I was not questioning it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That was wasn't an exclamation point. It was like a period. Like, no, Javonte.
You're not emphasizing it.
We're good on receiver for a couple rounds still.
Yeah, Trey Harris went right before us, and it's okay.
That would have been the only one.
I will get Quentin Johnston in the 150. I think he's 155 or something.
Now remind me where. Let's go back to the board real quick, or the.
Who are you asking for?
Matthew Stafford, because we kind of have to target him.
We need Geno also in that same
141. Range. Geno's around later, so. And our next pick is.
We want. Okay.
What?
I'm trying to think. So Matthew Stafford and Geno is our 3 quarterback build with Justin. That's what.
Sure.
Okay, we're comfortable.
That'd be fine.
They have the same bye week. What does he have? What's his bye? 12. Okay, then we're good. Okay, that works for me.
I mean, to be honest, if
we just wait? That's what I was saying. Was gonna say.
Well, I'd like to on this next turn pick a quarterback if one continues to fall because I was actually surprised that there were a couple still on the board, but we don't have any of their guys to pick with. So if one guy in particular, I'm not going to say his name because he's going to get drafted, but if he falls, even though we have him unstacked at the moment, or technically we'd have a stack, but it wouldn't be a sexy one. But based on his value, I think as a QB2 would be fine.
Okay. I think the no was that he thought that Bucky Irving was better based on film.
Gotcha.
Dustin got Jalen Wright for a handcuff. I like to see it.
Okay.
You also have to get Ollie Gordon now. Is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know what to like the Ollie Gordon, Taj Brook tier of rookie running backs. I kind of don't know what to do with because obviously
you still want them.
Undrafted.
That's the thing.
Like it's a waiver wire pickup and redraft. You're not even spending $1 in auction.
Right.
But
one of them is going to go off though. Kyle Monangai. Well, in the second half of the year, I think if someone got hurt, they could be the main guy and take over.
But my question is, I think both of them have the possibility of having a role without somebody getting hurt.
Right. I
But
agree.
which of them can possibly step up to be that? Because Taj Brooks only has to beat out Zach Moss
Wait, hold on. Let's pick a
or
play.
not Zach Moss.
Here?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's either that or we can, stack Dallas and
Yeah.
Jaden.
That's what I was thinking. But I don't know. We have 2 Raiders. We have to. Oh, actually, you know what we need to do? We need to go look because I don't know where. And I over scrolled twice. Awesome, go me. Where are wide receivers for this team? Quentin Johnston's 151. Okay, that's what I thought. Who's the other Charger receiver? No, Mike Williams. No,
Well, I think
I guess they're all gone
wide
at this
receiver
point.
4, and then like
Aronde Gatskin
Yeah.
in the 20th round.
No, he's going earlier than that now. I've seen his name
What?
pop up a couple times.
Oh,
Like the 19th, 18th.
They had to stop talking about these guys, giving away the
I mean,
secrets.
but the thing is, like, would you rather take him over a Conklin or a Will Disco? I don't think that's even close right now.
To stack? Well, his role, if you're just talking about the role he's playing, yes, because he could play 30% of the snaps, but he's going to run every route. Every time he's on the field, he's running a route.
But it's not like Will or Tyler are just incompetent receivers.
No, you're right. I get that.
I
think Will's
I don't think we will
receiver.
say his name unless we have to find a $200 player on a showdown.
Sure.
That's the only time I ever think he'll. And I'm not. If that's what I'm nervous about, I don't want to even draft you, let alone, take a flyer.
When was he drafted? Because I can't remember. Was he a 7th rounder?
It was later.
Then 7th round?
Well, no, it was later in the draft.
Oh, it's like, I don't know how that works, but okay, I believe you. Tell me how. Let's see. Prospect 2020, son of the Miami. Yeah, okay. Where were you drafted? I don't know. Pick. Yeah.
One more spot until we can lock up a position. Yay.
Okay.
So this is Gino. Unless you want to get a double. But basically, why did we pick 2 Raiders if we're not going to pick Gino?
No, I agree.
And I'm fine with that quarterback room.
Yeah. I think so.
It's gross.
No, I think it's fine now.
To do a redraft room of these kinds of guys. However,
one of them will do well every week.
Every week? Yeah. Just give me 20 every week.
One of them is going to do well every week. That's the plan. That is the plan.
Now this kind of opens up the receiver range again after this point in the draft. At least Kyle Williams, which I've said time and time again, it was kind of Jalen Polk 2.0 in terms of just the overdrafting of him. At least he's fallen like 2 rounds. Mm-hmm. So I'm starting to get interested.
Whoa, that's me.
Sir?
I know. I got a
what is this? Right, 150
smart bet over here.
Is that not incredibly early?
It feels like a round early. I don't know. It's like insane.
And that wasn't even to double or to handcuff.
He was picked in the 5th round. Aronde Gatskin was picked in the 5th round. So his actual, that's a little more value than I expected.
Yeah, I guess.
So, and he's a receiving tight end. Like he doesn't do anything else. So, just putting it out there.
I just don't want him.
It's a stone.
I just don't want him.
He's a Stone Smart type
Stone
play.
Smart
but he's better than but Stone Smart was actually I think Stone Smart was actually undrafted. I don't think Stone Smart was drafted.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying his role as a tight end 3, he was getting 8 snaps and 2 targets.
Catching the ball.
I'd rather be the guy that's 90% of the snaps and 2 targets, believe it or not.
Yes, he was undrafted in 2022, coming out of Old Dominion.
Old Dominion.
I did not watch his film. I did not know who he was. I'll be honest. He was 6'4", 226 coming out. That's little.
That is.
It's little for tight end.
That's Harold Fannin.
Yeah.
Almost.
No, he's taller because Harold Fannin's only like 6'1", 6'2", I think.
So Harold Fannin is basically Delaney Walker.
Yes, I would say that's probably pretty accurate. Hold on, let me look at his size. I
think he was like 240.
No, he's 6'3". He was 6'3". Okay, he's a little bit taller than that.
Delaney was like 6'1", 240, if I remember correctly.
They're about the same size. They're about the same size. So Harold, so Oronde Gatskin is 6'5", 243.
Roshan's climbing.
Wait a second, I don't see who I'm thinking. Oh, Cameron.
What happened?
I don't think they picked him.
Is that good news?
Yeah, Quinn Johnson fell. That's why I was
That's
like,
fine.
I don't think they picked him. Okay, we have a stack
That's good.
with our
Good to
first
know.
quarterback. We have 6 receivers, 4 running backs. We're going to need some running backs.
I think we might be good after one more receiver.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know which one or what range, but
I'd like to get him before
Basically,
the end
we
because
just need one tight end and then one receiver and then the rest running
is
back.
running back, yeah. But I'd like to get him before the end of the draft because we're going to hammer young running backs.
Dustin said got Samson handcuffed and Jeremy kind of likes his value.
Well, I wish he would have gone to a different team. I'd have loved his value.
I know.
Freaking
If
ridiculous.
he went to Dallas,
Oh, we
Samson,
would have so
he
much
would
of
be
him.
a top 100-esque pick and probably even higher based on how high rookies started already.
Well, and like I think that Samson was probably like average around big boards on like 10, 11, 12. But we had him much higher than those big boards, so we probably would have even been like, let's.
Was he even higher than
He was 6
Giddens?
on ours.
Giddens was
Yeah,
7?
8.
8.
Yeah,
Okay. I Giddens everything applies. Like
yeah,
terrible
same
situation
thing. Yeah,
and
exactly.
yeah.
There's some guys that, yeah, we're gonna have
Yeah,
late
I
rounds
know
of that are higher.
I know that BDGE came out with like their guys that they're targeting or avoiding like
Mhm.
additions at the very moment, and they're taking a stand of just not taking Judkins because they don't think he has a defined passing role. But Samson is like their most drafted player,
Interesting.
not
Okay.
just running back, but player. And it's like because of he's going in the 190s. Like I don't hate
Get
that.
both.
We go
So-
way overweight to what people do. A lot of people are just like I'm overweight and have 24%, and it's like
right.
yeah,
Well, our
yeah,
overweight's like
technically you are,
40%. Yeah.
or more.
Yeah.
We
We do a lot.
yeah, we probably got 60% Brashard Smith right now, and feel fantastic about it.
Well, okay, so the how we had ranked it was Dylan Sampson, Cam Scattaboo, DJ
Oh yeah,
Giddens.
yeah.
Yeah, Scattaboo fell because he was like top 3 for some people.
No,
And that's just he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's just not athletic enough to be above Quinshon Judkins, Caleb Johnson, Travion Henderson.
I'm confused by
Like-
why he just they still have Tracy above him in ADP right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. It won't
I'm
matter.
not saying that like he deserves to be in the range of like the Judkins and Caleb Johnsons, but I still think he can have a very strong rookie year.
We need one receiver. I'm not what?
Nothing. I just want to point.
Okay, now point. That wasn't the guy you wanted. Kyle Pitts wasn't it?
I mean, as a tight end too.
Was that who you were pointing at?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like,
Sure.
okay.
At 175, but I mean,
That's not who I was expecting you to be pointing at. Now I don't know what to do though.
We can go Josh Palmer and lock up our receivers, or pick one of these tight ends and lock up tight end.
I actually want to go Hunter Henry.
That's fine. Wait, before you do that.
What?
I think they have the same bye week.
Do they? Oh yeah, I didn't even check that.
No.
8 and.
Oh no, I'm tripping.
Oh no, I was like, yeah, we're 8, but I didn't know what New England was. That's way late. That sucks. Well, actually, I don't know. Being early is worse than being late, if I'm being honest. So like week 5 bye weeks suck more than week 14 buys. But both are not ideal. Oh, we almost got. Yeah. I mean, what is Pitts' rank right now? Probably in the 160s.
Yeah. I mean, everybody hates him right now, which to me, it's just like, hey, it's just the buy low price.
Yeah.
If you have Brock Bowers, what do? You have Kyle Pitts as your tight end too. That's not, if he sucks, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the tight end 1. Hopefully with, closer to 8 to 10 touchdowns instead of 110 and 3.
And then over 1,000 yards.
Every one of them basically was a run-in touchdown more so than a targeted in the end zone.
Thank God we got Geno. We have a chance. We really do. Like, it's crazy to be like, Geno Smith is, one of the guys you want on your team, and like, just to throw the ball to your guys. Like,
I think it's a huge kudos because I just didn't love him immediately out the gate. I thought he was very immature, and obviously he busted out with the Jets.
Yeah, he had a
But the
tough
fact
time
that
at the
he
beginning.
rectified his career and has not only stayed in the league, not been a journeyman, he's actually like where he's gone. The only reason that he was traded was just because Seattle was doing weird things and just
Mhm.
kind of blowing things up. And Pete Carroll comes in and it's like, no, you're our guy. We're going to trade for you and extend you. So this isn't a bridge thing.
No, I'm pumped. I am actually very excited to have Gino and it's long enough where we don't have to take a quarterback in the draft next year, and we can like wait that out and try to figure some stuff out. We have to take a quarterback in the first round. Let me rephrase that. So I'm pumped. Oh wow,
Let
Dustin.
me ask you, if Sam Laporta is your tight end one, if you get to Schultz as your tight end two, are you good? Or do you think you need one more?
No, I think you can do two in that
Okay.
situation.
Yeah, that I was kind of leaning towards that. I might have targeted your tight end two a little bit earlier,
Oh,
but wow, he fell.
stop letting them fall. Who did we pick earlier? Oh, we picked our second tight end. Do you want to finish
Oh,
it or you want to go Dylan Sampson?
we've only gone 4 running backs or 5 running backs.
Mm,
Yeah, we have to go running
4,
back,
yeah,
unfortunately.
we do. I mean, we're at Dylan Sampson. That's our fifth running back. That's a little scary.
Yeah.
Sucks. Darren Waller at 191, just getting thrown up.
Yeah, I think that was a default ADP, and it's just going to depend on where he falls.
People start taking him
Right.
if they actually believe in him and his rapping career.
I don't. I don't even know if I would put him in our top 25 when we do our 2.0 rankings. Just because the 80, because when we do rankings, it's not just hey, this guy or that guy. It's also like, hey, also what's his ADP and where are you going? Like we have Rasheed Rice ranked lower than Xavier Worthy right now. But if they were just, hey, this guy or that guy, obviously we think we'd have Rasheed, but we're not only are we taking a stand, but it's like Rasheed is now in the territory of mid to early second round pick,
like the eighth
where
wide
Worthy is
receiver.
falling to the 4-5 turn. So I'd rather go that way instead of invest that high guy off of ACL. And basically a lot of people are hyping him up, and I understand. But also when you tear on Xavier Worthy is saying that he's too high, saying all of his production came without Rasheed Rice. Well, all of Rasheed Rice's production that you know of came when Xavier Worthy and Marquise Brown were off the team, and Justin Watson was getting the second most snaps.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
Travis Kelce had
and
4
Kelsey,
touchdowns
yeah, and
in one
Kelsey was
game.
banged up and stuff like that. So it's not like, hey, he's just coming in and he's going to immediately be the 12 target a game guy. I think he'll be really good, but second round is kind of rich.
Yeah, there's going to be weeks where we would like to have him,
Yeah.
but there's going to be weeks where we're like, okay, that was fine. Okay, which running back? We could do a Dallas stack.
No.
Miles Sanders is
Don't even know if he'll make the
running
team.
with the ones.
I don't even know if he'll make the team.
He's running with the ones.
I don't care.
He's running with the ones. All right, who
I
do you want
want
for though? I was just kidding.
Marshawn Lloyd, I'm interested in. DJ Giddens.
Let's go Marshawn
Okay.
and see if DJ will fall.
Okay.
I think that's probably the reason Miles Sanders is ranked that high is because he's running with the ones.
And I just
Keaton Mitchell. There you go. There's your guy. Over Justice
like
Hill.
Ramon Blackshear was getting outsnapping him last year when Chuba went down.
Oh no, I never. Yeah, Miles Sanders has not done anything really since he came into the league, other than being overhyped because he was on the Eagles, and everybody thought he would be the guy, and he wasn't. Never found out how to be the guy.
He defaulted because he was behind the best offensive line. He defaulted into 1,200 yards, didn't get hurt, so that also was inflated. But then they immediately moved off him after that big year, sent him to Carolina, and he couldn't beat out Chuba Hubbard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like, hey, it was a 1A, 1B. It was like, no, we're giving the Chuba the ball every time,
right,
on every important touch.
Dustin said this is his favorite draft so far. It has a ton of rookies, to say the least.
I'm not a fan of your receiver room. I wish you would have done a little more in that spot.
What's it got?
You got
Garrett Wilson, Keon Coleman.
Well, Keon Coleman's your wide receiver 3. So
Jameson. Betch.
Like, I think right now I have a combined 0 shares of Betch, Bryant, and Javon or Jameson. And I mean Keon, I'm fine with because we've gotten shares of, but as a wide receiver 3, if that was the case, I wouldn't feel great about my team. So I wish it would have been a little bit stronger depth from my preference for your receiver room, but it's still I like your running back room.
Yeah, his running backs are cool. I have a question. When does Jack Besh become an okay pickup? Not at one, obviously 13th round, but like, does he need to be? Because if he is the wide receiver two, no,
over Thornton,
no,
and if Thornton's going in the hundreds, then
I don't think either of them are gonna do anything truly.
But I'm just saying, if you're not confident that he can beat out Thornton, and he's going in the 200s, which now he's like 190s because of one report. That's how it goes these days. Like until he gets to the point where they're neck and neck, and you have to pick one, I'm not even interested at all.
Oh, Dortch is wide receiver 1, correct? Sorry.
Apologies.
No, yeah, that's the thing though. Like, I don't know when it's an okay time to draft either of them, because like I guess you have. It's almost like the Broncos, like wide receiver 2 on that team. It's really wide receiver 3, obviously, but that's the same thing.
I'm not confident that Marvin Mims is going to out target Troy Franklin, and Troy Franklin is going to
or Vele.
Well, yeah, but just as a difference.
Yeah.
Of the two,
is Vele getting drafted?
Yeah. Or I mean, he's like he's like 19th, 20th round, but Burchard.
Okay.
Click him.
So another conversation to be had. What do you want to do? And of course, with this Rams here, right here, who are you think? Who do you think will be the running back 2 in that offense? If something happens to Kyron, what's happened before? Who's the running back 2 to you?
My feeling is they would give it to Blake Corum.
I think I'm the opposite. Why would you draft a rookie running back if you believed in Blake Corum being the number 2?
Just because people just draft running backs all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but we've always seen the Rams they're very, what's the way to put it? Like, they don't use their running backs first off. They only use one. And then also, like, I feel like they kind of like one goes in, and then like Cam Akers, they hated him, and then they just got him out of there as soon as they could. So I wonder if Blake Corum is the same way. That's my only thing.
The funny thing is, if and when Kyron goes down, in redraft that both Jarquez and Blake Corum were undrafted.
Right.
They're going to be the number 1 and number 2 waiver wire pickups, and people are just going to cross their fingers that they were right.
Yeah.
Because honestly, even though I do lean towards Blake Corum, the thing is, if you believed in Blake Corum last year, he did nothing, or at least on the field, that he shouldn't just inherit the role. I know Jarquez. I mean, if I remember correctly, Blake Corum was even higher drafted in terms of draft capital.
Yeah. So, but yes, you're correct. I think it's a weird thing though when you have 20 running backs that can be drafted in 1 year, and then 5 or 6 in 1 year. So like the value is different, but I get what you're saying.
My thinking is just, we were huge Blake Corum fades last year. But if you were a Blake Corum stan,
you should still be a Blake Corum
in the scenario where Kyron goes down, you should still be the stan.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with that. We need one receiver.
One receiver, one.
I believe.
Okay. I'll let you pick it because I like Troy Franklin, but we don't have to always pick him.
We take big stands here.
Yeah, we do.
I don't know what running back I want though.
Kamani. Throwback.
Sad day.
Look at Ollie just completely fallen outside.
Phil Moffa's above him.
That's fucking insane. Insane. Devin Neal?
I'm okay with Devin Neal was the one I was thinking. I was just gonna go look, but Shedeur Sanders, that a baby. Kamanunga's the other one that I was like, I just don't know if he has a role without someone getting injured.
So click on Devin Neal.
And then draft him.
Yes. Should we be considered, because if and when either Kamara's off the team or injured, you are on a huge hey, it's all going to Devin Neal. Like every important touch. I know he's not the type of running back that's going to just literally go 25 touches. Everybody else is 0.
Right. No, he's
the important
60-40 probably split.
All
with
the
Kendra.
important ones, like 2-minute drill and goal line work, we go to Devin Neal, is what you're saying, right?
He is the guy.
So if that is the case, should we start kind of prioritizing doing handcuff status with Kamara and Neal, because we haven't really gotten much Kamara.
I haven't got
if at
much
all.
Kamara. You're correct. Yeah, so
And
that
it's
would
not
be
like
good.
he's going too high for our liking. We just prefer Kenneth Walker or
the
like
rookies.
the rookies.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I'm not necessarily confident in Kamara just continuing to just get 600 yards but be a top 12 RB.
One thing,
or if he'll even be on the team.
One thing I will say is if Kamara's not and he gets traded, I don't hate Kamara wherever he goes.
No.
Like, that's the thing. So I'm not against doing that. If we wanted to get some Kamara, we definitely have to get Neal with him, though. Like,
for sure.
Because there's no way.
It's very easy to.
Right.
This isn't a Bijan and a Tyler Algier, which you hate taking Algier in the 15th because he doesn't provide a ton of upside without.
Right. He
Bijan
might
being
steal
gone.
a rushing touchdown.
But it's all going to him if he's gone. And that's the whole premise of a handcuff. This is 4 rounds later. So, and again, bad teams, the running back position does not suffer as much as you would think from a fantasy perspective compared to receivers.
Right.
So that is a huge thing of just like, don't let people bench you. And I wish I had just a full amount of numbers, but last year Fantasy Flag did a huge breakdown, a 3-year sample size of it was exponentially different. This isn't just a slight difference. It was way different with the running back production versus receiver production for bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
So just want to put that out there because we have not taken much, if at all, of Kamara. So maybe we should start.
I mean, he just hasn't really been in a range where I've been like, that's my guy. There's normally someone else, or I already have running backs from the beginning too.
He's the RB2, like, hey, target him in the 4th or 5th when you took one early, and then you're good on the position for a couple.
I want you to go to a different team, AD.
Yes.
Please go to a different team. Yeah, I starred Roman Wilson.
Did you both of the? Was it even close as like from a prospect perspective between the Iowa State guys and AD Mitchell?
No. Well, no, not really. I mean, if you were just like looking at our rankings here, and I have them up because I was pulling up the running back stuff. I had Jaden Higgins as wide receiver 8 in this class, and it was a down class.
And so we had Mitchell over
number 6. He was
in a good class.
Ladd and him were in 5 and 6. I don't remember which one was which, but yeah.
Okay. So in the scenario of, hey, just say, AD for some reason, we can pick whoever you want at receiver, going Roman.
We're going to go Roman. Vele went right before that.
But if he was a Texan, how high is too high for AD Mitchell in just clearly being a wide receiver 2
in a sophomore year?
Sophomore year.
He's probably going
with a non-mobile quarterback that only has no weapons outside of
He's probably in the same range as Rome, in my opinion. Like, you saw the glimpses, you saw the things, but you just didn't get the full picture yet, and you expect him to take a big leap because Rome is that guy to us this year. Mm-hmm. I think Rome is going to have a big leap from last year, and he's going 66th. So
and I know, we've gotten a ton of Rome. I've actually, if in the Caleb shares, I bet you if I wasn't able to get both, I bet you I have more stacks of Rome than Caleb than
DJ.
DJ.
Yeah, I believe that. And that's kind of the thing. Like, I think that would be where he would be. But the problem is he ran good routes and stuff, and he looked good. And then he got the ball overthrown by 15 yards. He's got multiple plays where you go look and you're like, he's wide open.
We're talking about AD, right?
Yeah, AD. Okay,
literally the first game of the season, 2 50-yard touchdowns were overthrown.
So tough.
And we had one of our 5 lineups, I think, had him at 3,400, and he ended up just doing okay. But it's just like, imagine that's a tournament winner.
Yeah, if he got, I mean, that was Alec Pierce caught them. 80 didn't. That's kind of the year that went down last year between two. Dustin is not going to do a $20.
Jeremy, you doing the 20 though?
He said he was going to.
He will? Yeah. Let's do it.
Let me click the right button. There we go.
804.
Where is the $20? Right there. All right.
How soon is too soon for?
I think that's why I really agree with Troy Franklin thing, because I thought Troy Franklin was better than Keon Coleman, who we can make that case because he didn't play that well. I thought he's better than Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy just goes to the best situation for Xavier Worthy. But like those types of things, like I thought Troy Franklin was good, and we just need to see it. So I'm more than down to take a chance on a guy that I was high on.
Yeah,
You know,
real quick, we'll start at 8:06. So
806.
8:06 is when we'll jump in the lobby. You got about 50 seconds
Oh,
if you're
perfect.
watching. But yeah, that's just kind of my thing is I don't necessarily know for certain. Sometimes it's like you don't have to be so certain that hey, this guy's going to be like better than this guy. They're going to have more yards. It's like no, you're going the 11th. You're going the undrafted. Are you for sure that you're 9 rounds better than this guy?
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. Like
Well,
Marvin Mims won somebody $1 million because he had a 2-touchdown 100-yard game in week 17 last year. But he had 3 games in double digits and everything else was 1 target,
yeah,
0 catches.
he's a boomer bust guy, and
Yeah,
which is perfectly fine for this format.
Yes.
Like if you're gonna say like, oh well, I don't want him in redraft at all, but he would actually be on your team if you were just like drafting in this way.
Yes.
So
But 5 rounds later.
Right. We're going, guys. 806 right now. So, let's check out 11 out of 12. I hope you clicked it, Jeremy, at 806 because that is a little nerve wracking. It's gonna be tight. Jeremy, you're pick 101. Oh, we're on the opposite side.
I feel like you're usually the
we're
guy
at
on
10. Oh, we got the Genty spot.
That's a fun one.
Good to see that. Let's see. 10 watching, 9 likes. We appreciate y'all.
If you were also able to join the lobby and we haven't drafted with you, just shout out, say who you are.
Yeah, tell us your name.
Sometimes your YouTube username isn't the same, so we have to kind of remember that.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. I'm Emery, hi Emery, the whole thing, and we'll do that. So, Jeremy, you get to go 1. I'm guessing you're gonna go Jamar Chase. I'm always fine with weird stuff at 1 though. Like
that's what we did last year.
Well, yes, but we did it on purpose, and now Jamar Chase is actually 1, so it's a little bit harder.
I mean, 101 is cursed though.
It is, and the 102 is going to be cursed because it's the Madden cover. So just go Justin Jefferson. There you go. Switch. Go all the way to 3.
I mean, I feel like some of the early drafts we did, we were at the early spot, but in the last couple of weeks, I don't think we've been.
No, we've been at the end.
To even be a consideration.
You know, we keep saying we haven't been in the middle. Well, actually, the last couple of weeks we've been in the middle a couple times. So we need to switch that up a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, Jeremy said he'd rather be in the middle. Yeah, the middle is the sweet spot right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I usually like being at the end of the draft, which it's not terrible this year. But yeah, the middle is kind of where you want to be, especially on best ball right now.
I think 8, 9, 10 is like really. I like being able to draft and also play some sort of game, because like if I know that no one, that both the guys near me have tight ends, like I like having that flexibility of knowing, but you don't get that in the middle. If that makes sense.
I saw a fun graphic. I think it was a Yahoo related, analytic, but they basically ranked the draft position of most common league champions.
Okay.
Based on where they like their draft spot, and the 12th pick was number 1. The number 1 pick was number 12.
I believe it. I completely believe it.
And that's completely on board.
Because the 101 is cursed.
Yeah. Like if we did a combine to do like draft order, I would not be like, hey, whoever was the best is 1.
No, pick. You pick your
If
pick.
and when I'm the best, which I will not be, I would be like, no, I want to be where I want to be. And then you can it's like pit stalls in NASCAR. Like
I want to be 5 because I want this guy in the first round and this guy in the second round, and then I like how my team build starts. Because it won't ever fall the way you want it to necessarily, but if I can say, hey, there's 2 guys in the second round that I like, and neither of them are going to get drafted, or one of them might get drafted, but both of them aren't going to, kind of thing.
Right.
Jeremy goes with Jamar Chase. Great choice. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on board. We're in sync, man. Yeah. A lot of people fall in the middle. If you watched our draft through the full way, we had some pretty solid value in the middle rounds, like 6 through 8. But unfortunately, there was a run on running backs that made us a little nervous about our RB room.
Mm-hmm. There's a guy I like getting in the 4th round at 10. I mean, good. Well, I don't want to say his name, but Jeremy won't take him or anything, but it's just going to jinx it, and I don't want to do that. That's no fun. But I like the picks at this like range, like 10, 15, 34. I can already see the team being built, and I like guys at this range. So
right.
As long as nothing weird happens, they should still go to us. Oh, we're going to get an auto drafter.
Hopefully it's a...
Oh, that is not the auto draft I was expecting.
Cute him.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Derrick Henry.
8.
Wow. All right.
Okay. And we just talked about how he fell last round.
Yeah.
Or last draft. That's fun.
Okay. So
Puka
we
fell to
hadn't
us at
got
10.
any Puka.
And we're just
And
I
we
guess
got
Puka
2
shouldn't have been
Pukas.
done
Yeah,
that.
no, right, exactly. Okay, well,
Well,
Puka it is. I mean, sure.
I think this time because we've gotten a lot of Brock lately, and that really kind of defines how you do your specific draft when you tie in that early. I would prioritize double receiver
That's
here.
what I was thinking. I know I think we're on the same
Unless
page.
we literally just every one of these was receiver.
I think we're on the same page on who we want right here.
Okay.
If it happens, it's a guy that's climbing a lot recently.
I hope it's somebody that we don't expect to fall because Drake London just went 13.
Well, that's
either way, we get one.
Who I was thinking.
Okay. You thought Drake? No,
Yeah.
I had a feeling we were gonna get Nico or Brian Thomas.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
because remember Derrick Henry got overdrafted, and so
right.
as soon as we
Plus
saw
1.
As soon as we saw Drake go 13, I was like, well, we got one of them.
Dang. Fun. Okay. Cool. And we have different strategy to our left, but same strategy over here, which is fine because then we can kind of manipulate it.
But basically, if we want a running back on this third round, whether it's a Chase falling to us, Chase Brown that is, or Kyron who's fallen to this round, I would take him with the first pick and then go around.
Right. That's what I was saying is why I like 10. And this is kind of what I was trying to say earlier is like 10 and 11, they allow you to manipulate the players right after you.
And the fact that we're next to
running
Chalk and Launch, who likely wouldn't go running back.
Right.
There's a good chance that one might fall to us that we wouldn't expect.
It's possible.
Fun start.
Let's see. Jeremy, I'm so sorry you have to be one.
The only thing is
and not get to come hang out with us over here.
What's not perfect about this start is that both are the same buy, but that's just nitpicking.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And also don't love the QB1 possibilities for either stack because both of them are 10th rounder later.
Right. Well, there's a guy I really want in the 4th round, and we'll see if we can get to him.
Yeah, I guess Rashee Rice is a top 20 lock now.
I guess so.
Which that's pushed Jonathan Taylor down into almost the 1-2 turn.
Well, hopefully it starts pushing running backs a little bit, and we'll just see.
Josh Jacobs going.
That's fat. That's early. Pretty early, but you get what is week 17 for them? I think it's not Minnesota Green Bay, is it?
No.
What was
Let's see.
I had it open earlier. I should have left it open. That's on me. Let's see.
It is Baltimore.
Okay.
All right. So Jeremy goes Bucky.
Okay.
Josh Allen goes in the 2nd round this time, and Marvin. I like that.
He had to pick a wide receiver, so
yeah,
he got his favorite basically.
Oh, I know. I was going to ask you, Jeremy. If you had to take a stand, since we're talking about the middle rounds, right? I am getting 0 shares of this guy because I want to be over the field on the other 2. In the middle rounds between Jahmyr Gibbs, CMC, and Ashton GT, which one are you fading entirely if you had the choice?
I thought you were going to ask about the 3rd round receivers, actually.
I thought we did that last week.
We might have.
Yeah, because he said he preferred Marvin, which is why he,
of course,
did what he did.
Let's see. Who do we have? Brian is playing the Colts.
Jackson goes a little early on. I would say unstacked. I've completely faded CMC. I completely understand it. He obviously is the most volatile because of injuries, but
yep, it's I understand.
And it's not like he's a value anymore because when we started taking him, he was at
12th.
Yeah, 12th to 15th.
Where are the Rams? Oh, they're playing the Falcons on Monday night.
That sounds fun.
So, yeah, that is fun on the 29th of December. And then there's 5 games unscheduled that are going to be on on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, probably. Well, I'm not going to say what you were thinking, but actually I might say it because wow.
I'm definitely going to say it.
Wow, Travis Hunter.
Wow. We just saw him fall to 58.
T. Higgins fell. Travis Hunter just jumped to 32. And wow, okay, that was ridiculous.
Really?
That's ridiculous.
We're doing that, man.
All right.
Are we going? Well, once again,
probably
if we're gonna go running back. We have to go running back here. So would you rather go Kyron or Brees?
Brees, because I don't want to go both of the main players for the Rams, really. Oh,
I don't mind.
Tell me what you want to do.
One of the worst offenses.
Just pick one before I run out of time.
Kyron.
Okay. I hate
You
it.
hate it? I don't hate it. I don't.
I like where he's going though. Like he's
Yeah.
going 35th, so I don't really. That doesn't hurt my feelings by any means.
The guy before us, I did not expect going through running backs early. That is stupid. And then obviously Rock Chalk is doing some crazy stuff. Outside of Bowers kind of just taking him, he's reached on.
Well, yeah, Bowers fell to him,
Yeah.
so I guess he was just
Well,
happy.
Bowers is right at 17 now.
Oh,
Or is
I
he-
thought he was 15. So.
No, he's jumped below a couple
Oh,
of the
that's
receivers.
because Drake London's moved up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so they might go Brees.
Oh well, I
What?
I don't know. Because we went Puka, it sounds funner doing a double with Devontae and Puka. But at the same time, we needed a running back, and Devontae probably wasn't going to fall. I'm not taking Jameson at 37.
Okay, that's fine. I won't make you do that.
We almost got both.
I was gonna say George. That was who I wanted in the 4th round.
Yeah, George or wide receiver 3.
George.
Okay.
That's what I wanted in the 4th.
Yeah. I want to get a lot of George Kittle, and I've already acknowledged that we're getting a ton of Chicago guys.
And
so
this guy can leave us alone.
Yeah, dude. What are we doing?
At least tell us you're gonna run robust. That's ridiculous. If I didn't have Chase, I would have got Higgins at 3-1. So you didn't want a double stack, basically, is what you're saying, I think?
I mean, if I was you, I would have definitely preferred a double instead of in Marvin. But at the same time, do you, and I'm talking to you, Em, prefer Chase Brown or Bucky Irving?
Chase Brown.
Chase Brown.
I hate both. That sounds awful.
Well,
in a weird way, like
Chase is growing on me because of the fact that.
But they didn't add anybody except for Taj Brooks,
and because he had the just every week 17-point floor.
Let me rephrase that.
So
I will take Bucky Irving over Chase Brown for the role. I just don't know if I think that Bucky Irving is going to be able to replicate what he did last year. I think that there's a absolute regression out of a guy that I think had issues in college too. Yeah, you're good.
My big brain thought process is that when you're the 101, a lot of people are doing the same shit. That's why T is kind of getting overdrafted and his ADP is like 25.
Right.
And that's why Joe Burrow is the same way. Getting unique is reaching a little bit on Chase Brown. If you feel like he and Bucky are together and then getting Joe Burrow anyway, and that's your double stack.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
I think because if I started with, like, I don't mind your start at all, Jeremy, but if I would have gone
Chase Brown instead of
reaching
Bucky
on Chase Brown, is what it is. But you're unique enough because your double is going to be way less duped.
Yeah, I know. I think that's a really interesting way of thinking about it because
it's not a terrible reach. It's just like after Bucky, there's a couple of spots because it's just a run of receivers.
Well, we know we're going to get some Chase Brown too. It's not like we're not getting Chase Brown.
Bucky and Chase went back to back in terms of running backs, but it's an 8 spot. Like, I prefer another position right here. It's not that people hate Chase Brown. So
especially if you're going to do the 150 max, Jeremy, I don't see why you don't take a chance at doing that. I think that's a fair motive and thought process.
Just talking out loud,
We might have gotten Bucky at that point.
Unique dupes or unique ways of getting different are really exciting in certain spots of the draft, especially when you have back-to-back picks or you're at the end of drafts.
I think the one spot has kind of been the most repetitive by far.
Exactly.
So
because we're always seeing, Cincinnati or Buffalo stacks or the Buckies of the world going at the 2-3 turn. So
yeah, Josh Jacobs, I think probably is one of the main guys on a 101
because Jeremy has drafted in the middle. He's drafted a lot more Chase, which to me, I'm on board with. It's a better value. But like I said, to be even more unique, I just like the routes of going things that other people aren't doing.
Yeah, I think it's weird, and that's fun. Weird is fun, especially in best ball when
it's not like you're taking him. I'm not saying, hey, take Chase Brown before Jonathan Taylor.
No,
I'm just saying, hey, if these two are next up, I'd rather take the one that's going a couple spots later, but at the same time, they're neck and neck. But this one matters to this specific drafted team more.
Man, it's a lot of receivers. Run on receivers.
Yeah.
The guys next to us do not have tight ends or quarterbacks.
I don't know what we're on both sides of just chaos right now. We got a 4 wide receiver start. We got 3 running backs start. We've got this guy overdrafting everybody. We got the middle guy who's
Cooper Kupp.
What are we doing? I
He's.
appreciate you paying the rake, man.
Oh, hey.
Why'd you say that?
Oh, hey.
This is the guy that picks all the running backs.
Wait, what guy? What guy? There's no one there.
Scroll.
He's gone.
I told you,
He
bro.
took another one.
You.
Oh,
Okay,
this is so ridiculous.
Chuba will not be there if we wait.
I was gonna say we go Chuba.
Okay.
Because
we
can
not
go.
Waddle,
no.
and we've already taken tight end.
Yeah, and I don't want the other guys.
Yeah. Smart.
Damn it. That's you can't blame me on.
So scrolling and taking him out of view, it does not reverse the.
We did our best. Okay. I should have.
I don't have the mouse.
That's so dumb.
That would have been cool because that's not only that.
Oh my god, he went 6. He went 6 total.
6 receivers. We got 4 running backs on one side, 6 receivers on the other. We got Cooper Kupp going the 5th round. Jeremy, you should have been on this side.
I'm sorry, Jeremy. You had to go.
Man, Swift going
basic. You had to be very basic over on your side.
Yeah.
Sad day, man.
So we have 3 week 8 buys and 2 week 14 buys. So we got.
Well, I was gonna say no. I'm just kidding. We actually do need to probably go. I haven't gotten any Joe Mixon.
I love it. I'd rather reach on Rome.
Yeah, I agree. Week 5.
That's fine.
And how about we pick a running back on the next round so that guy in the end can't get any?
Judy is my biggest. I don't know what to do with receiver in this tier. Because he's properly rated and properly in the right range in here. But I basically have nothing of him.
He feels like the ownership guy of like you just get the field. If that makes sense. Like we don't take a stand on him. We just get the field.
We get
when he falls to you, that's when you take him. Is that kind of guy to me.
Which it would have been a reach at this point.
So. Yeah. I mean, if he falls to us at 82, I'm not going to be mad if you were like, hey, let's just take our wide receiver forward, Judy. But yeah, I would definitely say the best thing with some of these guys, even Calvin Ridley, and I kind of feel the same way about like Devontae Smith. Like, just let him fall to you and be happy.
Right.
Even McMillan, like I get you picking him over the other guys, but like I just think he's a guy that you just like need feet around the field on.
I honestly hope that Rock Chalk goes like 5 tight ends just to mess with other people because I don't feel even concerned in the slightest of his team.
I also hope the guy next to us goes 5 tight ends, the Lanch man or whatever.
Yeah,
because I have a tight end. Like, let him go and grab them all.
Well, no, he can take all the running backs.
Okay,
he can just continue taking those running backs. He can take just a bunch of tight ends, and Josh can take all the quarterbacks.
And everybody on your side also screws up Jeremy. I'm sorry, we didn't keep you in that.
Yeah,
because I'm sorry, you're all alone over there.
No, he's gonna have some value falling on right here.
I do like to mix it up sometimes, though.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I just think there are some things you can do that are natural wrinkles that still correlate. Like Cam was getting at, is like you still have full correlation with your running back and your quarterback, which is cool too, because we don't always get that. And then you're also correlating in a way that no one else is. So you get that. You get correlated and you get the ownership buffer, which is fun.
Like, just as an example, we feel much better about not just much better, but we view Hawkinson rated higher than Kelsey, and that's firm. That's not like a wide gap, but just firmly like, hey, we'd rather have this guy, and he's going a full round later. Mm-hmm. So being different is, hey, I need a tight end at this spot exactly, but reaching on Hawkinson because they're one different, but they're a full 9 picks apart.
Yeah, not very many people are going to have it.
More unique.
Let's see what he does.
Guy went 3 running backs first.
Yep. All right, Jeremy, what are we going to do?
Bet you, yeah.
Addison. Okay. He's another guy. I just think you take him when he falls to you.
4.
Yeah.
I'm saying the same with Olave. Like, I don't love him, but
okay.
It's just
do we have a Baker? Two quarterbacks. Oh, Bucky. Okay. That's fine. Correlated. And you can also get like Kate Otten late since you have no tight ends, and you can get like
Emeka.
Emeka 95.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin's gone. I was about to say.
Now that is gonna put you in a bind of just you gotta kind of cross your fingers on some running backs falling to you.
Yeah.
Because the 95, 96 area is a little weird.
Plus, everybody's taking running backs on our.
And I just say that because we ended up having Jalen Warren as our R2, and that sounds disgusting. So got some depth to kind of combat it.
But was disgusting. I wish we could have got Caleb Johnson, man, because we missed him by like a few picks. Let's see. Cool. Lamar stacked with Zay, Jalen, AJ Brown, Jaden, Terry. That's Jaden falling to 46. I did not see that earlier. That was big right there. I didn't even notice that.
He did reach on basically everybody fell except for he reached a little bit on Kelsey.
Yeah. He also reached on Josh Jacobs in that one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And
but he probably was like, he won't make it to me. And
I can't believe this team didn't take Khalil Shakur. What are you doing? You got Josh Allen.
Well, they took David Montgomery after taking. I don't know what to do with David Montgomery.
Stephon Diggs goes right before us. Caleb Johnson's on the board. We need.
This is a running back and receiver.
Yeah. Right? So, I like Caleb Johnson more than I like Pacheco.
Okay.
Personally. Tony Pollard's fun.
I think I'd rather have Brian Robinson instead of Tony Pollard solely because I'd rather have Tajay Spears over Austin Eckler. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Wait. You don't want to stack it?
No, I'm just saying if I had to choose one or the other, I just feel like, hey, Tajay is going to have a more defined role.
This guy just getting pounded on rim. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Tajay I'd rather have role-wise, but I'd like to stack them over having separate. We could get both. Wait, what do we need now that I think about it?
I mean, we need a fourth receiver, so we're going to have to go with Downs.
Okay, Downs over Pacheco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're not going to like what happens if we wait on receiver.
It's true. Just interesting that Pacheco fell. Hopefully he gets all the way back to Jeremy and we're all happy. Jeremy can get a running back.
Yeah. Yeah, we completely understand the logic. So that's the perfect range of where Emeka is going. So back to back, you're probably going to need a fifth receiver, and then you'll be good for a little while.
And a running back.
That is a great best ball S play if he can follow you.
Hello? What is happening?
What?
I'm not going to say anything. I hope Jeremy gets him.
Oh, Cam Scatterbo went 89.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you said?
Or that's not what I was. Oh, well, it's the other. It's the guy that didn't go.
Oh, Pacheco's going 93.
That was what I was talking about. Okay. Yeah, I thought he was going to fall. He almost got there.
Where did Mahomes go in this draft? 80?
80.
Man.
And that's to the team that's overdrafting. They're overdrafting Cam Scatterbo and all the whole group.
Interesting.
Let's see. Pacheco, who's KC playing week 17?
They're playing
Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Right, Denver's defense is good.
Quarterback's going to be tough for us again because Caleb got reached on, which is fine.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Running back? Travis.
Nice.
Okay. Perfect.
And again, we like Etienne. It's a little
I don't like him as my running back too, though, unfortunately.
But he'll find depth. You don't have to touch receiver for a while now, which is good.
We probably.
And has he already done that? Has he already drafted his tight end?
I just realized you were doing. No.
Okay.
No. We need quarterback.
Yeah, that's what.
Our quarterback, Chicago gone. We could do Kittle. We could
Purdy.
Do the Rams.
Well, yeah, we're also going to
Matthew Stafford. He's 141, if I remember correctly.
At this point, based on where the quarterbacks that we're falling into, is it fine with Stafford being our quarterback too, but being it, or do we have to get a third because of who?
I think so.
Okay.
Let me see the buys.
I have another idea as well.
By week 8, yeah, we're good. Purdy is.
My idea's gone.
Yeah, happens. Yeah, Purdy's 14.
He needed a quarterback. That's not silly.
No. Did he have a? Yeah, I think he probably has.
No.
CD?
Pickens.
CD?
No.
No. Oh, CD went 5. Okay.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I don't know why Warren didn't go because he went Pickens and C. So I know he's already drafted quarterback, but I definitely would have gone. He wasn't going to fall to 116.
Mm-mm.
That won't happen twice in one book.
There's no way. We've gotten sniped
Yeah.
by that same guy multiple times on picks like that.
So Purdy?
Yeah, Purdy. Yeah.
Okay.
But that would have been crazy. I don't know what I would have done. I would have been drafting Dortch.
So options are
Let's see the board.
gotta go. It
One
would be a
through
little
four.
bit of a before here, or we could just take receiver and be good for a little bit. Because
I'd rather take Keon Cole.
Yeah, we're taking a lot of Keon and Rashad Bateman right now.
What about?
I know it sounds like a sexy.
It feels
pairing,
so
but
good. No, you're right. It's right to not do that.
yeah.
But it's just hurts me.
I also say for what it's worth, like Andrews is not a bad option.
No.
Like he's
Absolutely
going
not.
at a fine value, and we haven't gotten a ton of him. But at this point in the draft, we were like 108 right there,
111.
111.
Yeah.
So him falling to 111.
I mean,
fine.
we
as a
almost
tight end
got
too.
Kyler Murray to fall to 106. Yeah, there goes Tyler Warren. Sad day.
I have a question.
Okay.
If Mark Andrews is traded,
2.
well, just in general,
Okay.
you can pick your favorite spot.
Say he
doesn't
goes
matter.
to Miami because Darren Waller
But
falls out.
But my biggest thing is, does that make you feel better or worse about him in general? You can
Well,
pick
that's
your
that's
favorite.
I think that's the question.
You
Oh, I
can
can pick
your ideal
anywhere.
spot because I kind of think he's in the best situation for his fantasy production because he has no consistent floor receivers to.
You mean
target with.
at Baltimore?
Yes, I'm
You
saying
think he's
that
fine at
that's-
Baltimore?
Well, I'm saying like the reactionary thing of like, hey, up or down, where's he going in your rankings? Like, I think he's the best situation that he could be in, so he might actually go down to me.
No matter where he goes, there's got to be some places that are
Say
better.
He goes to Dallas.
Down.
Okay, well that's one of the better spots because Dak loves his tight ends, and there's like Jake Ferguson is not much to take away from him. So Dallas, he goes down. Where is he going to go that goes up? And I understand what you said about Miami, and that is a good situation. But if he hypothetically was traded, they would not trade for another tight end.
Right. No, I know.
So
I don't know. There's got to be a spot that I'm just not. My brain's not working.
I think that's the best situation for him.
I don't know. Chat or Jeremy, tell us because I think you're the chat right now. Because I think Dustin left. Tell us where you think he could go and be a better value.
117 is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty low. Let's see what Jeremy does. What about Jacksonville? Go to Jacksonville. I think he'd be better.
But do we have a sample size of just? Well, I guess so. With Evan
and Brenton Strange came in and had some games of 5-ish catches, 6 catches. Like that's good for a guy that's probably
11 target game. In the very next week, he was chalk and had 1 target.
Right, but it's Brenton Strange, so that's the thing with.
But the thing is, it's just like
Jags could use him. Thank you, Jeremy.
I'm not saying he couldn't be used there. I'm just saying, would
yes,
a Jags situation make you feel better about him than where he's currently at?
Yes, I think so.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
3 tight ends to that team, 2 quarterbacks. In the last 6 picks, they've kicked 3 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks. Oh, and they have another quarterback. All right.
I think that was a pick. Not because I don't like Kincaid.
A waste of $20.
But it's like, hey, if you want to go tight end with Kelsey, like you're fine going Kelsey, Kincaid, and that could be a.
Well, they gave up their $20 already when they went Jaden Daniels, Caleb, and Bo, and then 3 tight ends.
He had such an opportunity.
Yeah, no, he was doing great. Tough.
Like, never take 3 quarterbacks when you went 1 in the top.
At least I know that we're not getting like last or second to last on this one.
No, yeah.
Because there are some teams that
There's
are
already like 5 teams that I'm just like, you're good. Like the team on the right,
far right. Rule some teams out. You know,
their RB2 is Jordan Mason.
we need a running back.
Okay.
Tajay
Gotcha.
Spears. All right. Hey, what's up, buddy? And we're gonna get him before the other teams can. What are we gonna do next? We can go tight end
Stafford.
because it's a tight end range. He's 141. Are we gonna be able to get back
No
around to him?
chance.
What are we? 135. Yeah, okay. It's fine. I'm
have to.
happy with it.
So Purdy and
Done.
and Stafford, you're fine.
Bro,
being a
is he
2 quarterback
gone?
room?
There's no way he's gone, right? What are we doing, guys? If you already picked Stafford, he's gone.
Where did he go to the board?
What? What are y'all doing? This guy that picked Devontae Adams. Jesus. Okay.
At least it's a team that like you're telling a story.
Okay.
But that's
Now
just
what?
kinda-
Receivers that we can get
well,
to.
we can lock up tight end.
Well, we can go Trevor.
Or yeah, I'd say they lock up tight end. Or like, oh, whoa, yeah, we got Brian Thomas.
That's what. Yeah. So we can
I
go
forgot about
Trevor.
that.
We could have actually. I love the 10 spot because you're going to go Brian Thomas and you're going to go Travis Hunter in the same draft one of these times, and it's going to be super fun.
Well, that's why I've been trying to force with the Caleb because I was telling you I was getting one or the other. I've
Yeah.
started to kind of get both sometimes, but at this point, I've kind of almost need to go out of my way to avoid him because he just keeps falling. So
Yes, Evan Ingram did catch a lot of passes,
and just fell right to the ground
and he fell to the ground.
and did not score.
Yep, he's had 2 touchdowns on the year or something like that. Isn't it 2?
His
Hold on, I can tell you. Let's go find him. Where is he?
well, last year he was hurt. So
Oh,
kinda
that's right.
different.
That's
but
true.
the year before when he had 100,
He had 1 touchdown last year, though.
Yeah,
So
he doesn't score touchdowns. He the year before when he had, I'm talking the year he had 115
Yeah.
and he was just getting 11 targets a game at the back end.
Mm-hmm.
He had 143 targets, had 4 touchdowns. He has not had more than 4 touchdowns since his rookie season in 2017.
Well,
yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're just talking about his targets, not just his targets but his receptions, like he's never had more than 73 receptions in a season, and then he had 114 that one year, and he averaged 8 yards.
It's pretty rough. I want you to look at this team for me. These last 5 rounds, they've gone receiver.
Okay.
These are their backs, and then the other running back is Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr, he stacked Hurts.
Yeah.
Brown. Okay.
And then he went RJ, Joe Mixon, and then 5 receivers.
I don't hate it as much as I would think I would.
Right? That's actually why I was asking because it's 7 receivers, and I was like, okay, it's got to be bad. And I was looking at it, I was like,
I think in pause in the middle rounds.
Hold on, I was going to see what Jeremy did.
I'm just saying, like, if I was on the strat, would I have done pick somebody different than what he was on the way up to? Like,
first running back there.
Like, if it's Mixon versus Henderson, probably have Mixon. That's fine. If it's obviously would have liked Judkins, but Harvey fell at 78. He's been going in the 50s.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Pearsall,
91.
Pearsall or Golden. I hate both. So
fell to him kind of.
Higgins, okay. That's the dead zone of receivers, but whatever. Rashad we have. Trey is completely fine.
Yeah. No, I think it's fine. It's just interesting that I didn't hate it. Ray Davis and Christian Kirk. Okay. Trying to get some Christian Kirk wide receiver 2 in Houston. We shall see. We shall see.
I don't know.
Which part?
With Kirk. I just don't. I can't envision a scenario where he's ever a waiver wire pickup this year.
I think the thing with him is like he has a role because he plays out of the slot and no one else does other than Jalen Newell. So it's like,
well, that's fine.
He will be on the field at least.
There's guys in this range like Luther or Rashid. I could see being like, hey, they've 2 games in a row, 9 targets.
Right.
Like, pick them up. But with Kirk, I think he'll have a couple of 10-point games. But unless you're just like triple flex leagues.
Right.
Like,
I get it.
Making the decision to start him is going to be tough.
It's
but
just,
again, it's a different.
I just think he will be on the field, which in running routes. So that gives him an opportunity. Unlike some of the, I don't know if Adam Dingle will actually be on the field. I think he will. But they've got a lot of receivers now.
I heard Hunter Renfro is being impressive.
Because he is impressive, and the Raiders should have never got rid of him. That's all I'm saying.
That illness that he got down to like 130 pounds. Tired, but like they didn't.
Oh, that's right.
disclose
Yeah.
his
I think I remember
reasoning.
that.
It wasn't because nobody could pick him or nobody wanted him.
Well, we want him back.
Oh yeah.
I would love to have him back. We just replaced him with Jacoby Myers. It's like he runs the same. It's the same route tree. Hollywood Brown.
His
All right, we're up next.
like statistical
need?
arc is just so puzzling because he had, and I'm talking Hunter Renfro,
It's
but
us first. Trey Benson.
Benson.
Okay. That was easy.
I like Benson.
That's fine. We need a tight end too. Here in a minute. We have.
We'll talk
Kittle.
about upside.
Huh?
I said, do we want to talk about upside or do we want to get one correlated with our
upside?
Okay. So the guy.
But do we want him here? Yeah, we're gonna have to have him here. What am I saying?
Well, last time he fell into the 170s, but
well, I like Quentin Johnston too.
I'd say it's fine. Okay. It's fine.
It's fine. I mean, true.
He will lead us wherever we want to go.
Yeah.
If he gets hurt, our line's dead. It's okay.
Pitt's resurgence with Michael Penix Jr. That's what we're gonna see.
I am so shocked of how just badly his career has gone so far.
Pitts?
Yeah.
I mean,
his 1,000, like it was an under the radar 1,000-yard rookie season, which was historical for the position. And then since then, it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
And he had one touchdown his rookie year, and it's gotten worse since then.
I'm here at 600 yards.
Yeah.
Like, we need to see him scoring more touchdowns first
off. I know the year before he was injured, and last year it was like the knee brace in camp and stuff. We kind of started fading him because he wasn't healthy after the fact. But at 159, if he does have a fully healthy offseason, become like a non-effort player.
I mean, he kind of feels like he already is there.
No, I know.
You know, and that's the sad part. Jeremy, that is the worst offensive line in football. We agree. That is not a question. Yeah, that's not a question to us. So they have to get better. We have our Jeremy, I don't know if you follow college football, but we do the draft, of course, and we talk college football a lot. And next year's draft, they just drafted an offensive lineman in the second round. They're going to be taking another one. Don't you worry in our mock draft because they need it. So
every position.
Yeah.
On the team, 4 of them are linemen.
Yep. Arians Arisary is not even considered a starter right now, and I was like, "That's crazy."
That's so
y'all are lying. First off,
but also depth.
That's our lads. Yeah, it's our lads. But
yeah, depth charts usually don't give rookies the immediate.
Right, the benefit, but like, I mean, Blake Fisher was awful last year at right tackle, and over Cam Robinson. But yeah, there you go.
Is that his second, third tight end?
I don't know.
Can't breathe.
Can't breathe.
No. Allergies
2
suck this year.
2 tight ends.
Okay. I definitely at this point would think about a third soon.
Well, there's some.
But there is some. There's plenty.
Yeah, there's some good ones. So
I mean, you can wait all the way till Jatavion Sanders in the 18th. I'm fine with that.
Darnold.
Doubt it.
What?
I'm trying to outside of I guess a handcuff running back, like a draftable pass catcher for Seattle outside of the 2.
I don't know. No fan.
But like draftable?
I know. There's probably not any.
Like Mason Taylor just went off the board. He's probably like tight end 25, and I would clearly have him above.
Yeah. No, I agree. Let me see. I have Seattle here. I'll tell you who they have if my computer wants to get going.
I'm forgetting somebody that they added.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Yes, that's who.
Jake Bobo, Torrey Horton, and Ricky White III.
Yeah.
Torrey Horton's fun.
Yeah.
Torrey Horton's a fun name.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of our kind of sleeper guys. Wow.
Well, he got injured. He was out most of the year, and I didn't know if he was actually going to go into the draft, and he did. Okay.
All right.
Roshan?
Yep.
I don't think. How many do we have?
Failed to assist 5, but
Okay, perfect.
well, but it's not like there's an alternative. I guess Josh
Palmer. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather go Roshan.
Okay. Well, let's see if he falls worth.
Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, they did take 1,000 freaking receivers. Wouldn't surprise me. Another receiver. So
another one.
I mean, I should just stay over here. Honestly, this guy's gonna go fast.
Oh, he's thinking that.
Will Shipley and Miles Sanders thinking hard. But that's what I meant. He took so many receivers. He had to go running back. And that guy went Daniel Jones. So we shall be going Josh Palmer.
Okay, that was easy.
Just take the correct player before the other two get to go.
I just don't get. I don't. Damn the. Hey, he's running with the ones. Like the logic of taking Miles Sanders
when they drafted a guy and Miles has not been good. And yes, Phil Maffa.
Yeah.
I would take Phil Maffa.
Like Miles Sanders is the only guy I know wouldn't make the team in a 3 running back room.
Right. He has to be better than 2 running backs.
Well, we
and
also
possibly
Devontae Vaughn, who also plays special teams.
Yeah.
So
there's
they
no
have
way.
5 running backs. There's no chance if unless Miles Sanders is the week 1 starter, he will not be on the roster.
Yeah, they're not keeping Javonte and Miles Sanders.
No.
So they have to pick one.
Yeah.
It's not Miles.
And they're both like very low contracts of just no repercussions.
If I get rid of you, it does not matter.
Yeah.
You can have your guaranteed money and walk, partner.
Let me look at.
Yeah, you can check it on SpotRack or whatever. I know it's not big. It's probably like 5 mil, less than 5 mil.
Miles Sanders' contract is 1 year. Hold on. 1 year.
1.8.
1.8 cap hit.
Oh wow! I didn't.
167,000 guaranteed.
I said 1.8, just guessing. That's pretty good. About what he's worth. So
his worth got 5 times that.
Yeah.
In terms, I don't know about guaranteed money on top of my head, but actually, that's a good point to look up.
Yeah, because if he gets cut and he's only worth 500,000,
based on the shares we have,
that would be awkward. He's also going 120th or something like that right now, so I don't think he's getting cut by the normal man. No one expects that. All right, let's see it, Jeremy. What you got?
So, Javonte, on the other hand, got a $3 million cap hit, so 3x, and his signing bonus was $1 million.
So he's
10x.
Yeah, okay.
Almost 10x.
Gotcha. Dylan Sampson. I love that. Anthony Richardson. Okay. Playing the game. Actually, you have Baker and I love the upside. I get the upside. If he does play, does start, he's going to get you 2 rushing touchdowns before he gets injured.
Exactly what I said about Justin Fields last year in this same exact range. That's why we were drafting 40% Justin Fields, because we were like, hey, he may start the first couple games or play 3 to 4 games, but he'll get you 20 points. And really, he only had 1 game.
But you only need that in this round.
That was fantasy relevant. But that's all you need for a QB3.
Yeah.
But with him,
in the 17th
Richardson actually has higher fantasy-esque upside, I feel, right?
Well, I mean, he can throw a 90-yard ball, so why not? Someone's going to run under it, right? So,
like Justin Fields has always been very low pass attempts, but he's got a 100-yard bonus upside, whereas Richardson is multi-rushing touchdown upside and
he
just can't throw anywhere close.
No, he's 50%, like 49% completion rate, and his actual like grades by PFF were better in the deep zones than the other 3 zones underneath. It was ridiculous.
Taysom Hill is not going to play this year.
What? Where's my pick?
Right. Very unlikely, at least, and he's also 35.
Yeah. How about Darren Waller? You want to go with? We need running back and receiver.
Well, other than Keenan, there's not really a receiver in this range.
Well, I'd like to go Keenan a couple times, but we have a
on him.
Let's
go one of the running backs. So Lloyd, Dick Giddens.
I think I want to go Giddens, actually.
We can go Hunter.
Let's go Giddens.
Because we have Kyron.
Well, I was going to run out of time, though.
Oh, that's fine. I can't talk fast when I can't breathe.
Sorry.
It's fine.
It's my house.
No, it's not. It's fucking Texas. Pouring rain. And then
it's been crazy.
Today, I thought it was literally we were going to have a tsunami. It was raining that hard.
Wow. How about 4 tight ends? Come on, let me see it. Do it. We'll get whoever we want. Oh, tough.
Whoa.
Okay.
And ironically, the fact that Waller wasn't one of them is pretty funny. So Keenan,
Okay.
lockup receiver.
Yeah, I think so. Well, that's
That's 7, right?
7. Yeah. Are we good? I don't think so. I think we need one more.
Okay, that's fine.
Is it one more?
Yeah.
Well,
We're
do we need a quarterback?
Well,
We can't get him now, but
we've missed that opportunity.
now I'm thinking about it because our quarterbacks.
Well,
no,
it's too
we're
late.
fine. We're fine. I couldn't remember who we did, and then I was like, oh, maybe we screwed up here. We have tight ends. We have quarterbacks.
Yeah, so we'll go 8 and 8. It's fine.
Okay. Best player available. Ray McLeod. Name.
Oh, Royals went early.
It made me. I actually like his name so much.
Oh, Royals, the same team that's been punting on. Okay.
Where's Royals?
16th round.
We
We love him.
Oh,
but
Jalen.
He's not gonna
play this year, guys.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. Oh,
we made that mistake with Justin Ross before.
okay. So we last year should have taken that advice because we had some issues.
Our biggest problem in terms of getting a lot of tickets into the final rounds is not going enough 3 quarterback builds.
Yeah, we went 2 quarterback builds and then we got an injury because there were lots of injuries last year.
The last couple of years, based on the boards, we've been like, hey, get one in the 7th, get one in the 9th, and you're good.
Yeah.
But then one or the other or both got hurt, and we were like, damn, y'all are our highest, exposed quarterbacks.
Yeah, who was it last year?
Dak.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Kyler.
He was
did okay.
He was my highest exposed quarterback last year.
Trevor, we had some shares of, and obviously that didn't work out.
Where's Blake? I guess you could still go. Jarquez. But so Blake goes before Jarquez.
There's only one running back you should even consider if you're on this turn right here. And he is a Chief. That is stupid.
No. Starter, week 1.
Devin Singletary is another cut candidate.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they drafted a guy for a reason. And they drafted a guy last year.
Took his job. And took all of the touches away.
A receiver, a slot receiver from Purdue of all teams. Terrible Purdue, Dustin's favorite team. Took Devin Singletary's job. So there's that. Marshawn Lloyd. That would have been an okay one. Yeah.
But yeah, Brashard Smith, if you want a running back, this is a good idea.
Ollie Gordon, Taj Brooks, Common on guy. Pick a rookie. Pick a rookie. You'll be okay. He's going to use the whole clock. See it, Jeremy. Okay. Yeah. He waited. He had to listen to the because we're about 10 seconds behind. Right. He had to listen to it.
He's like,
there you go. I love both.
Do you really love Hunter?
I love Hunter as a player. I don't love him in his situation.
Well, exactly.
So I guess I cheer for him. How about that? Like I support him.
What are the best running backs available?
I mean, right now it's Common on guy, Taj Brooks probably at the top. And Keaton Mitchell. Okay. Yeah. Common on guy.
Yeah.
Phil Maffa. There you go. There's your guy.
CH.
That's scary.
If we're getting freaking Devin Singletary, we might as well get some shares of somebody who's back in their home state.
Yeah. Playing a ex-LSU player.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But usually the second year after ACL tear for running backs is a good way to go, which is why I think Keaton Mitchell is so interesting.
And that's why we like Javonte. Partly. And he's at Dallas, but
yes.
And Javonte though.
Well, Javonte last year was his second year and he couldn't overtake.
Was last year his second year?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No.
When did he tear it? I guess then he would have torn it in 2023.
2022.
Oh.
Yeah, because he and Breece Hall, because I had them both on my team. And yeah, he had like an okay year back. He played all the games, but he wasn't like fantasy huge. Like he had 16 games, 775 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns total.
Right.
But he also had a bunch of 47 receptions last year. Had 70 targets. But again, very disappointing based on Denver being a playoff threat contender, and playing every game, only getting 900 all-purpose yards is pretty bad.
Yeah.
And he also ranked dead last in terms of PFF grade
He
among
did.
qualified running
Yeah, I
backs.
was really
That's also very
surprised.
scary.
It's a whole thing. I just some people don't come back from their
Yeah.
ACLs the same. Where do you want to go? I didn't expect Darius Slayton to be here.
Are we going receiver?
We need one.
That's fine.
I mean, that's late
Yeah, that is.
because that's 237 or
Yeah.
233 or something.
Click on his game long.
Maybe there it goes.
20th round, Darius Slayton, who plays 80% of the snaps.
Had 573 yards, 2
He had
touchdowns. Couple good games.
Yeah, I remember him having a 120 yard.
New quarterback, better quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see.
Cool.
I want to see what Jeremy does for his last pick, and then we'll get out of here.
Let's do it.
I hope y'all don't run the whole time down. That would be awesome.
Please don't.
Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Seattle's finest.
Oh.
There's your wide receiver 3 right there.
You mean the guy in the Bills uniform when he's played on another team since that logo?
He played for New Orleans between then. Oh man, that's good stuff. And Alexander Madison. Fine, sure. He's actually above Ollie Gordon in ranking.
But if Miami keeps 3 running backs, who are they keeping?
Not Matt. No, Ollie Gordon is staying. That's like I don't. He went Luke Musgrave.
Luke Musgrave.
Yep. All right, guys.
Okay.
Let me stop sharing.
Fun stuff.
Gotta grab my thing. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Jeremy, thanks for drafting with us. Dustin, hopefully we can get some more. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Happy Independence Day. Enjoy yourself though this weekend. Drink a lot of beer and have some glizzies and all the good stuff. So we'll see y'all next week. But we appreciate it. Yep. Let me end the stream. Yeah. Thanks, Jeremy.
He said, see y'all next